What if the one thing sitting quietly in your kitchen right now could be the most powerful anti-aging secret you've never been told about? I'm Luisa Hart, and today I'm pulling back the curtain on something that has been hiding in plain sight for decades. A secret so simple, so accessible, and so incredibly effective that the moment you hear it, you'll wonder why nobody ever told you sooner. And trust me, by the time we reach the end of this video, your entire perspective on aging, on skin care, and on what you put into your body every single day is going to shift completely. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share with you could genuinely change the way your skin looks and feels, starting in as little as 2 days. Let's talk about something that almost nobody wants to discuss openly. The silent skin destroyers hiding inside products that millions of people consume every single morning without a second thought. We're talking about milk. Yes, milk. That innocent-looking, seemingly wholesome liquid that has been part of human culture for centuries. Because here's the truth that the beauty industry, the food industry, and frankly, most mainstream health advice has completely glossed over. Not all milks are your friend. In fact, some of them, the ones marketed as natural, light, good for you, the ones with the pretty packaging and the wholesome branding, are quietly, consistently, and systematically aging your skin from the inside out. And most people have absolutely no idea this is happening to them. Here's the science, and I want you to really hear this because it matters. Many commercially produced milks contain added sugars. Not just a little, sometimes shocking amounts hidden behind confusing ingredient labels. And when you consume those sugars consistently, day after day, something called glycation begins to occur inside your body. Glycation is essentially a process where sugar molecules attach themselves to proteins in your body, including collagen, which is the very structural foundation of your skin. When collagen becomes damaged through glycation, your skin begins to lose its firmness. Fine lines appear faster, wrinkles deepen more quickly, and the worst part? You can't see it happening. It's completely invisible until one day you look in the mirror and wonder when everything changed so suddenly. But added sugars are only part of the problem. Some of the more heavily processed milks on the market contain hormonal residues and synthetic compounds that interfere with your body's natural hormonal balance. And when that balance is disrupted, even subtly, it triggers internal inflammation. Now, this inflammation doesn't always feel like anything obvious. You're not in pain. You don't feel sick. But your skin knows. It reflects that internal chaos almost immediately. It becomes duller, less elastic, more sensitive, more prone to redness. It starts looking tired, worn, older than your actual age. And over time, that silent inflammation carves those wrinkles deeper, strips away that natural radiance, and leaves your skin looking like it has aged years faster than it should have. This is the part that frustrates me most when I talk to women who are doing everything right. They're exercising, they're sleeping, they're buying expensive creams, but they haven't stopped to look at what they're drinking every single morning, because that one choice, that one seemingly small, seemingly insignificant habit could be undoing every single thing they're working so hard to achieve. The skin is a mirror of what's happening inside the body. And if what's happening inside is inflammatory, imbalanced, and collagen damaging, no cream in the world is going to fix that from the outside. Now here's where things get exciting, because just as some milks can accelerate aging, there is one specific milk that does the exact opposite. A milk that nourishes, protects, and actively supports your skin's ability to stay younger looking for longer. And the most remarkable thing about it? Most people already know what it is. Many people already have it in their homes. But almost nobody is using it correctly. And that difference between using it correctly and using it carelessly is everything. It is the entire secret. Comment the words, "I'll drink it," right now if you want me to reveal exactly what this milk is and precisely how to use it for maximum results. Go ahead, I'll wait. All right, let's get into it. The milk is natural almond milk. And before you think, "Oh, I've heard of that," let me stop you right there. Because what I mean by natural almond milk and what most people are actually buying and consuming are two completely different things. This is where the vast majority of people go wrong. And this is exactly why so many people try almond milk, feel nothing, and then dismiss it entirely. The almond milk you find lining the shelves of most supermarkets, look at the ingredient label. Really look at it. You'll often find added sugars, synthetic flavorings, gums and thickeners, preservatives, vitamins added artificially to make it seem more nutritious than it actually is. By the time you get through that ingredient list, you're not really drinking almond milk anymore. You're drinking a heavily processed, nutritionally compromised liquid that happens to have the word almond on the packaging. And that version? It won't do anything meaningful for your skin. True, natural, pure almond milk is something entirely different. And when I say different, I mean it is genuinely, powerfully, beautifully different in what it delivers to your body and specifically to your skin. Let's talk about why. Because understanding this is what will make you commit to this habit for the long term. First, vitamin E. Natural almond milk is one of the most vitamin E-rich options available to us. And vitamin E is not just another nutrient. For your skin, it is armor. It is a protective shield that operates at the cellular level, defending your skin cells against oxidative damage. Oxidative damage is caused by something called free radicals, unstable molecules that accumulate in the body from sun exposure, pollution, stress, poor diet, and simply the natural process of aging. Free radicals attack your skin cells, break down collagen, damage elastin, and accelerate every single visible sign of aging. Vitamin E neutralizes them. It hunts them down and stops them before they can do their damage. But that's not all vitamin E does. It also actively improves skin elasticity. It helps your skin stay firmer, more supple, more resilient. And after 60, when your skin's natural regenerative capacity begins to naturally slow down, that elasticity support becomes absolutely critical. Then there are the antioxidants. Natural almond milk is rich in antioxidants that work in concert with vitamin E to combat the visible effects of aging from the inside out. These antioxidants help your skin look more vibrant, more alive, more luminous. They reduce the dullness that creeps in over the years. They help your skin tone look more even and more radiant. And they provide a layer of defense against the environmental aggressors that we encounter every single day. The UV rays, the pollution particles, the stress hormones, all the things that are constantly working against your skin's youthfulness. Natural almond milk also contains polyphenols. These are plant compounds with remarkable cellular protective properties. Polyphenols help maintain skin health at a deep level, contributing to a more consistent, more even, more balanced complexion over time. They're not flashy, they work quietly, but their cumulative effect on the skin's appearance is genuinely impressive when consumed consistently over weeks and months. And then there are the healthy fats. This is perhaps the most underestimated benefit of natural almond milk for skin health. And I want to spend a moment here because it deserves real attention. The healthy fats in natural almond milk perform a function that no topical cream can fully replicate. They hydrate your skin from the inside out. They reinforce what scientists call the skin barrier, which is essentially your skin's ability to hold on to moisture and keep irritants out. When your skin barrier is strong and healthy, your skin retains hydration naturally. It feels plump and comfortable. It looks smooth and flexible. It doesn't feel tight or dry upon waking. And as we age, maintaining that skin barrier becomes harder and harder because our natural oil production slows. Our ability to retain moisture decreases, and the skin becomes more vulnerable to dryness. The healthy fats in natural almond milk help counteract all of that, giving your skin the internal lubrication it needs to stay soft, supple, and genuinely youthful in texture. And one more incredibly important point: natural almond milk, when pure and unprocessed, is naturally low in sugars. This means it doesn't trigger glycation, it doesn't damage collagen, it doesn't promote internal inflammation. It's working with your skin, not against it. Every sip of truly natural almond milk is a vote for younger-looking, healthier skin. And every sip of a processed, sugar-laden alternative is quietly doing the opposite. Tell me in the comments right now, what home remedies have you been using for your skin? I read every single one, and your answers genuinely inspire me. Let's keep this conversation going. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Because we've established what this milk is and why it works, but the how, the when, the specific details of how to use it correctly, that's where most people miss the magic entirely. And I'm going to walk you through every single detail so that you can get the maximum possible benefit from this habit starting immediately. Timing is everything, and drinking natural almond milk at night is not arbitrary. It is a deliberate, science-backed strategy. Here's why. When you sleep, your body enters what scientists call repair mode. Your growth hormone levels peak. Your cellular regeneration processes accelerate. Your skin actively works to repair the damage accumulated throughout the day, rebuilding collagen, restoring hydration, renewing cells. This is your skin's golden window, its most productive hours. And by consuming natural almond milk right before you go to sleep, you are delivering a powerful package of vitamin E, antioxidants, polyphenols, and healthy fats, precisely when your body is primed to use them most effectively. You're giving your skin the building materials it needs exactly when the construction crew is ready to work. It's strategic nutrition, timed for maximum impact. There's another detail that most people completely overlook, and it's so simple that it almost feels too easy to matter. But it matters enormously. The temperature at which you drink your almond milk makes a real difference. Drinking it cold, straight from the refrigerator, is not the optimal choice before bed. When you drink it warm or at room temperature, your digestive system processes it more efficiently. Your body absorbs the nutrients more readily. And warm almond milk has a naturally soothing, calming effect on the nervous system that can actually improve your sleep quality. And this is crucial because the quality of your sleep directly impacts the quality of your skin. When you sleep deeply and restoratively, your skin repairs more efficiently. You wake up looking more rested, more radiant, more refreshed. Better sleep is one of the most powerful skincare tools available to us, and a warm glass of natural almond milk before bed can genuinely contribute to that. Now let's talk about consistency, because this is the point where I see so many people give up just before the real results begin to show. We live in a world of instant results. We want to see change immediately. We want transformation by Tuesday. And when something doesn't produce dramatic, visible results within 3 days, we abandon it and move on to the next thing. But your skin doesn't operate on that timeline. Your skin operates on weeks and months. Your body is not a machine that responds to one input and immediately produces one output. It's a living, breathing, complex biological system that responds to patterns, to habits, to consistency over time. When you drink natural almond milk every night for a week, something is happening inside your body, even if you can't see it yet. Your cells are receiving nutrients they may have been missing. Your skin barrier is beginning to strengthen. Your oxidative stress levels are beginning to reduce. The building blocks for healthier, more resilient skin are being laid down quietly, invisibly, consistently. And then somewhere around week 2 or 3, something shifts. You start noticing that your skin feels less tight when you wake up in the morning, that it looks a little more hydrated, a little more luminous, that when you touch your face, the texture feels smoother, that when you look in the mirror, there's something different, something better, something more alive about what you see. And that's when you realize the habit is working. That's when it becomes something you never want to give up. Now, I promised you something at the beginning. I told you I'd share some additions you can make to your almond milk to amplify its skin benefits even further, potentially making a visible difference in as little as 2 days. So let's talk about that, because this is where you can really take this habit to the next level. The absolute best way to consume natural almond milk for your skin is to make it yourself at home. I know that might sound intimidating or time-consuming, but I promise you it's not. All you need is raw, natural almonds and water. Soak your almonds overnight. The next day, drain them, blend them with fresh water, and strain the mixture through a cheesecloth or a fine mesh strainer. What you're left with is the purest, most nutrient-dense almond milk possible. No additives, no preservatives, no hidden sugars. Just the full, uncompromised nutritional power of almonds in liquid form. The difference in taste alone is remarkable. The difference in what it delivers to your skin is even more so. Now, once you have your pure almond milk, here are some additions that can genuinely amplify its skin benefits. First, a small pinch of natural cinnamon. Cinnamon is loaded with antioxidants and has natural anti-inflammatory properties. Adding just a pinch to your warm almond milk before bed gives you an additional layer of cellular protection and a naturally sweet, warming flavor that makes the experience genuinely enjoyable. You don't need sugar when you have cinnamon doing this kind of flavor work. Second, a tiny amount of turmeric, just a small amount. Turmeric contains curcumin, one of the most well-researched anti-inflammatory compounds in the natural world. Internal inflammation is one of the leading contributors to accelerated skin aging, and curcumin actively works to reduce it. It won't turn your milk bright yellow if you use just a small amount, but its effects on reducing inflammation and supporting skin health are genuinely powerful over time. Third, a few drops of pure natural vanilla extract, not vanilla flavoring, but real vanilla extract. It adds a beautiful, warm, almost dessert-like quality to your almond milk without adding any sugar. And real vanilla also contains antioxidants of its own that complement everything else you're already putting into your body. If you want to make this into a more complete evening ritual, you can pair your almond milk with small amounts of whole almonds, walnuts, or seeds like chia or flaxseed. These additions provide additional healthy fats and omega fatty acids that further support skin hydration from within and reinforce that crucial skin barrier we talked about earlier. But keep it simple. This is not meant to be a complex, heavy mixture that overloads your digestive system before sleep. It's meant to be light, nourishing, easily digestible, and deeply effective. Simple is powerful here. There are also some important things to avoid if you want to maximize the benefits of this habit. Avoid combining your evening almond milk with heavy, highly processed evening meals. When your digestive system is overwhelmed with difficult-to-process foods, it has fewer resources available to focus on extracting and utilizing the nutrients from your almond milk. Keep your evening meals lighter and simpler where possible, and you'll find your body responds to the almond milk far more effectively. Avoid adding sweeteners of any kind to your almond milk, natural or artificial. The entire point is to protect your skin from glycation and collagen damage caused by sugar. Adding sweeteners, even natural ones like honey or maple syrup, partially undermines that benefit. Let the natural flavor of the almonds, the warmth, and the additions like cinnamon and vanilla do the flavor work. They're more than capable. And most importantly, make this a nightly ritual. Not something you do when you remember, not something you do a few times a week, a ritual, something sacred and consistent. Your skin works on a cumulative timeline, and the results you're looking for require that cumulative consistency. Make it non-negotiable. Make it something you look forward to. Make it yours. I want to share with you some of the experiences that real women have had with this exact habit, because sometimes hearing someone else's journey is what finally makes something click and feel possible for ourselves. There's a woman named Maria, 67 years old, who started drinking natural almond milk at night, initially with complete skepticism. She didn't expect anything to change. She had tried so many things over the years that had promised results and delivered nothing. But a few weeks into the habit, she noticed something she hadn't experienced in a long time. When she looked in the mirror on those quiet mornings before the day had started, her skin no longer looked the way it used to. It wasn't dry, it wasn't pulling, it looked softer, more alive. She said it felt different too. When she touched her face, it felt more comfortable in a way she struggled to put into words. For Maria, this wasn't just a visual change, it was a sensory one. And that combination of seeing and feeling the difference was what convinced her this habit was genuinely working. Then there's Carmen, who is 72, and who has spent most of her adult life battling chronically dry skin that became especially severe during winter months. The tightness when she woke up in the morning was something she had simply accepted as her reality, something unchangeable about her skin type. She started drinking natural almond milk before bed, and over several weeks something shifted. The tightness became less severe. The dryness became less pronounced. Her wrinkles didn't disappear. She's clear about that, but they looked softer, less defined, less harsh. And one thing that particularly stood out to her was that she found herself reaching for her daytime moisturizer less frequently. Her skin felt more balanced on its own, more self-sufficient, as if it had remembered how to take care of itself. Elena, who is 65, made this part of a broader shift in her nightly routine. She started winding down earlier, dimming the lights, drinking her warm almond milk, and preparing her mind and body for sleep more intentionally. And what she noticed first wasn't actually a change in her skin, it was a change in her sleep. She was sleeping more deeply, waking up feeling genuinely rested in a way she hadn't felt in years. And then, as those better nights accumulated, her skin started reflecting that rest. She looked more refreshed in the mornings. There was a quality to her complexion that she described as being awake, even before she'd had her morning coffee. For Elena, the almond milk wasn't just feeding her skin, it was supporting her entire evening in a way that compounded into real, visible results. Rosa, who is 70, had been consuming heavily processed milk alternatives for years before making the switch to truly natural almond milk. What she noticed after several weeks surprised her. Less puffiness. Her face looked less inflamed, more even. The redness that had been a consistent fixture of her complexion started to calm down. She described her skin as looking less stressed, quieter, more at peace. And as someone who had been dealing with these issues for so long that she'd stopped hoping they would improve, that change felt genuinely significant. And then there's Anna, who is 68, and whose observation I find particularly valuable because it speaks directly to what consistency really produces. She noticed that when she did this habit occasionally, she didn't feel much of anything. But when she committed to it daily, made it non-negotiable, something tangible began to emerge. The texture of her skin changed, not dramatically, not overnight, but unmistakably. When she touched her face, it felt smoother. When she looked at it in good light, it looked refined in a way that was hard to fully explain, but easy to see. Anna said that the real transformation happened not on day 3 or day 7, but somewhere in the sustained weeks of showing up for herself every single night without exception. These women aren't outliers. They're examples of what becomes possible when you stop treating skincare as something that only happens on the outside and start recognizing that the most powerful skincare of all is what you consistently choose to put inside your body. So here is what I want you to take away from everything we've covered today. You have more power over how your skin ages than you may have ever been told. The choices you make daily, including something as simple as what you drink before bed, can have a real, measurable, visible impact on your skin over time. Natural almond milk, pure and unprocessed, consumed consistently every night before sleep, warm, with a pinch of cinnamon or a touch of turmeric, is not a miracle cure. But it is a genuinely powerful, accessible, deeply nourishing habit that can help your skin look more hydrated, feel softer, appear more radiant, and age in a way that feels healthier, more graceful, and more alive. This is about giving your skin what it needs, not from a jar, not from an expensive treatment, but from within. And when you do that consistently, when you build that habit and protect it and honor it every single night, the results that follow are not just skin deep. They are a reflection of the care you are choosing to give yourself. And that is something worth beginning tonight. I'm Luisa Hart, and I'll see you in the next one.